Peace fam, Queen here. I want to go through and just share my thoughts on this question that I get from time to time. Who are the CEOs of ITP? Why are they anonymous? So let's handle this objection here, and this is just my, I don't say 2 cents anymore since I got into Bitcoin, so this is my 2 Satoshis, all right, on the whole question of who is the CEO, why are they anonymous, right? The first question that I want to ask you is I want you to tell me who the CEO is of the bank that you bank with right now. Who's the CEO? You don't know. You don't know who they are. You don't care who they are. You trust that when you put your money in there, when you go to get it out, that it's going to be there. You have a trust factor, right? It could be because the bank has been around a long time, or it could be for some other reasons, all right? So now I want to get into those other reasons here with ITP. Now this is just from Q's perspective, okay? At the end of the day, you have to lay down with your 2 eyes closed and feel comfortable with your decisions, right? But I'm going to tell you why I feel comfortable. I sleep very good at night, and I don't worry, right, about a name of a CEO. Because first and foremost, when you're incorporating a company in the USA, you can have anyone to be a name on that paper, on those articles of incorporation. It could be John Doe. It could be John fucking Doe, okay? Because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, right? And here's the next thing. You don't have to incorporate a business to be in business. I have several businesses that I've never incorporated because they're private businesses. It has nothing to do with the public, right? So the only reason you go to actually incorporate with the state is for other people to be able to view that information, right? So now you look at, when you come in here into you log into your ITP account, all right? On the home page, if you go down here, you'll see down here it says ITP was founded in Seattle, United States in 2013. Okay? Now, their records, when we go back up here and we look at the business license, okay? Make this a little bit bigger, all right? When we look at their business license, we see that the business license, the formation, the registration date was not until November 18, 2022, right? So you may say, well, they were established in 2013. Yes, you can have a company established without being incorporated to any state. Understand business. See, a lot of people, they don't really understand business. You have a right to privacy. You have a right to form contracts. You have a right to commerce without the state being involved. Okay? So now, what were they doing from 2013 all the way up to November 18, 2022? R&D. What is R&D? That's research and development, right? If you're going to launch a quantitative trading platform such as this, it's going to take you time. Do you know how long it took Bitcoin to be Bitcoin? Over 2 decades. Over 2 decades. This is not some overnight thing that you can just pop out and start doing successfully. Okay? So now please understand this, right? I still get and understand why people ask this question. It makes them sound smart. All right, so let's go down here. Okay, I'm still on the home page, right? So now these operating days, these are the operating days from when this company was founded in 2013. You don't have to I can set up a company right now while you and I are talking. I can create a company. I don't have to register that company with anybody, with any state. Why? Why should I pay registration, taxes, and all of these different things if I'm not a public company and I don't need the public to know what my right to privacy is and what I'm deciding to do, right? It's It's not necessarily a step that has to be taken. Now, I feel, and again, this is only my 2 Satoshis, I feel because now they were coming to market, their research and development was done, that they incorporated and registered the company. Now, here's another caveat that you have to take into account. This is the crypto industry. There is no regulation nowhere in the 4 corners of planet Earth that says a company has to be registered to be in crypto, because it's unregulated. It's not an industry that's owned by any particular government or any particular body of authority. It's literally unregulated. So again, my 2 Satoshis, I feel that they said, okay, well, we don't have to get registered. We definitely don't have to be licensed. But, you know, I know people want to see this thing. So let's go ahead and get ourselves registered so they can have another level of comfort. Okay. Now, why does the CEO decide to be anonymous? Why is Bitcoin anonymous? Could you imagine if, you know, this so-called Satoshi Nakamoto, it's not just one person anyway, it's a group of developers and coders. Could you imagine if they were just wide open, in the open? Hey, you know, we created this thing. Then they'd be taken off the face of this earth quicker than you could say Bitcoin. Okay? Understand what we're dealing with here, right? We're dealing with large sums of money. When you look at this operating capital, this is close to $2 billion, right? And people have a right to privacy, and we have to respect that. You have a right to privacy. I love my pseudo anonymity, right? I'm not always on video, you know? A lot of us that have been in Bitcoin way back, we got in this thing. We got in this thing under the premise of cypherpunks. Look that up. Do some research on that. The cypherpunk movement. It's about privacy. It's about financial sovereignty. It's about a right to contract. It's about being able to do business without a rent seeker who's your government. Okay, I don't want to get too deep into this thing because I could go all day with this conversation. But I just want to, you know, shed some light, some different angles for you to consider. You know, when you maybe come across this question, some people may ask you this or what have you. You know, look at just recently the Cash App guy, not Jack Dorsey, but the other founder, came up missing, came up dead, because he was getting ready to launch something that was going to be in direct competition with the new Fed system. I think it's FedWire. I can't remember the exact name of it, right? But he was coming up with something. He was getting ready to launch it. I'm talking about literally the next day, the man came up dead. So this is not a game out here. You know, people get crazy when it's dealing with a lot of money. People get absolutely crazy. So whoever this CEO is, he has a right to his privacy, and I respect that. And I'm saying he, it might be a she, it might be a them, I don't know. Right? But they have a right to their privacy. So, because I didn't see a name of a CEO, that didn't discourage me. All right? So what I needed to feel comfortable with, because I don't know the name of the CEOs where I bank. I don't know their name. What difference does it make? If I did know their name, they could still go under. Lehman Brothers still went under. Right? So it's a Countrywide Mortgage. When all this shit was going on in 2008, all these companies folded. They had names of, you know, CEOs. That doesn't guarantee a hill of beans. That doesn't guarantee anything. Just because there's a name of a CEO. Again, because that name can be anybody. You can have a nominee CEO. You can hire someone for one day and pay them $200, $500 to be the CEO, to write their name, to sign their name on the articles of incorporation, and fire them the next day. So understand what we're dealing with here, people. So now, why can I go to bed with my 2 eyes closed and feel very comfortable about this? Because I've done the research and I see the trades that I'm doing, and I can go onto the different exchanges and I can corroborate that information to show that in fact it is what they said it was. It was at this price on this exchange, and then it was this price on that exchange for that particular asset, right? Other reasons why I feel comfortable. The rules that they have in place as far as, you know, how quickly you can take money out, how much money you can take out, all of those rules are in place. They took their time and they did that R&D, and they looked at all these platforms that implode. Now I'm saying all of this stuff and this thing could go away tomorrow. I'm just simply telling you what makes me sleep very, very comfortably, and why I don't care that there's not a name of a CEO, and the CEO, whoever they are, choose to exercise their right of privacy. Okay? So now at the end of the day, you have to ask yourself, when you do all of your due diligence, okay, so I'm speaking directly to you. This is you that says, well, you know, there's not a name of a CEO, so it's got to be a scam. Okay? Hopefully I've shedded some light for you, right? And then again, you know, ask yourself, all these different companies that you do business with, do you know the names of those CEOs? You don't. You don't. So let's not pretend, right? Let's not pretend. But at the end of the day, if there was a name of a CEO, if there was a name of a CEO, that in itself doesn't guarantee you anything either. That doesn't guarantee you anything. At the end of the day, here's the deal. When you're talking about investing, you're going to look at all the parameters. You're going to do all your due diligence. You're going to do all your research. And it has to resonate with you before you take that step to part ways with your hard-earned money. If it does not resonate with you, if you're the person that says, nope, I'm not doing it, I need a name of a CEO, or I'm not doing it, don't do it. Period. End of story. End of story. Okay? So I hope we put that baby to rest. Well, one other thing I wanted to share with you was because we have ITP managers, right? And these are people that started out just like you and I as traders, and they have exceptional work ethics, work habits, and they can lead people. Okay? And they actually get on the payroll of ITP. So their salary as well as making money doing their clicks. So our ITP manager, my team's personal ITP manager, is Lester. And so I sent Lester, you see on the screen here, I sent Lester this question. Even though I've done all my due diligence, research, everything like that, I feel comfortable with it. But I said, hi Lester, I have people asking me about the owners of ITP, and this was his response. He said, ITP is not currently releasing information about its CEO to protect his privacy and avoid undue public attention or possible security threats. And revealing the CEO's identity could increase the risk that the company will be targeted by hackers or competitors. It is more conducive to the company's business operations and market competition if the company does not disclose the identity of the CEO. But not disclosing the identity of the CEO does not necessarily mean that the company has committed any fraud. It is also a business strategy or a risk management decision of the company. I said, thank you, Lester. I agree 100%. Okay? So, that's all I wanted to cover in this video. At the end of the day, again, you know, family, listen, you can't talk anyone into anything, and you can't talk anyone out of anything. If people see this, it resonates with them, they're going to do it. If it doesn't resonate with them, they're not going to do it. So don't try to convince anybody, right? All right. See you in the next video.